Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising. Excuse me, got a little bit of my throat. Love isn't finding woo. Love isn't finding us. All right, gonna read the scripture of the day. Give me one moment. I sought the Lord and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Psalms 34, verse 4, today's prayer. Everything happens for a reason. Her name is Myra Kirschbaum. You can get that online, Amazon, or at your local library. Got on pink. I'm going to raise it up so I can see everybody there. Finding Built Beyond Guilt. I read January 29, 2025. Then I've read Finding Your Passion. What do you love to do? Your passion. Hold on, let me move that out the way. Finding your passion has nothing to do with guilt either. It's true that some people who've gone through tough events feel guilty, as I know all too well myself. They may feel guilty that they survived or that they didn't prevent what happened. There are many reasons when sometimes when we feel guilty, we feel we need to do something to expi- expite our guilt. But here's what I've learned. If finding a cause to believe in and fight for is not the reason something happened to you, then it won't do anything for your feelings or guilt to fight for it. So you don't need to feel guilty for not taking up a cause because this is not what you were meant to do. Okay? But if this is a reason for you, then finding something you believe in that you want to do something about will give you more than just relief from guilt. It will give you hope, directions, because you'll have found your meaning beyond guilt. Finding your passion. For many people, this revelation that the meaning of what happened is so they can live life with a special intensity is all they need. Now they can understand what why they've been living with so much intensity. Other people now find that hold on, let me hold it up a little bit there. Other people now find that they can make sense of feelings that were a mystery. Oh, so that's what I've been missing. I've been needing to live life with full intensity. No wonder I felt so restless or stifled. Still, other people might now feel they have permission to actually go forth and act on the sense of mission they're always known they've had. Some people, though, need a little something more at this point. They understand the meaning of what happened to them. They can feel their need to live a sense of intensity, but they don't know where to take their passion. They don't know what their passion is. It's hard to miss a mission if you've got one and you know what it is, but if you don't know what your mission is yet, how do you discover it? This is an important question. All my years working with people have shown me that lots of us have a desire to do something special with our lives, and that's where we stop. Special how? Where? With whom? We don't have a clue. We know what we care about, but we usually care about too many things, and we don't know what to do with our caring. After all, missions means having one specific thing you care about and focused way to act on your caring. I know personally how tough it can be to identify your mission. As a child of a Holocaust survivor, I was haunted by many of the same concerns other people like me had. We didn't want anything like the Holocaust to ever happen again. We didn't want people to forget what had happened. We wanted the needs of the survivors to be taken care of. And as we realized that the children of survivors had needs too, we wanted to address those needs as well. So I was 30. I joined an organization called One Generation After. I was I was away. It was a way for children of Holocaust survivors to come together and do something about the concerns I've just mentioned. Finally, I had a cause and I threw myself into it. I do with everything. I become head of the group, speakers, bureau, gave talks everywhere. I was so happy to be involved in something I believed in. Excuse me. Much. But then a process of discovery started. I couldn't have predicted. When you have a cause, you have to attend meetings. What I found was that I truly hated meetings. Mm. And I hated myself for hating the meetings. What kind of child of Holocaust survivor was I if I couldn't stand meetings when our parents were withstood with so much? There was clearly a conflict between my sense of my mission and what was required to carry it out. This all came to head when I was asked to represent our group at a very special event in Israel. Holocaust survivors and their chosen relatives and friends all came together for a historic commemoration. The emotional highlight was to be an event at which everyone placed a red rose on a special site at the Holocaust Museum in Jerusalem. So we could all do this. Thousands of us had to stand on a long line for hours in the hot sun. As I stood in the line, my rose and I wilted under the sun. Something in me rebelled against the mission I thought I had. It was a mission that originated in people's being made victims. It was about their victimhood. It was about my placing this victimhood close to the heart of who I was. And I saw that this mission was not me. In the deepest possible sense, my entire career as a therapist, researcher, and writer has been about fighting people's sense that they've defined by their victimhood. The very reason I'm writing this book is to help people come to terms with some events from their past so they can let it go and move forward. Let it go and move forward. Once they've extracted from it the lesson it had to teach them. Finally, my turn came. I placed my rose on top of all the others. Soon it would be lost under all the roses I carried by the people behind me. And I knew I was done with this mission that I had never really been mine. Staring out of the window on a flight home, I realized something new about the meaning of my surviving when so many others had died. I came back from my trip with a total shift in focus. I did have a cause to fight for. I needed a cause to fight for. But commemorating the past wasn't my cause. In my entire life, I never had a hero whose life was devoted to remembering the past. All of my heroes had been people who saved lives, but I was already saving lives in my own way as a therapist. I could never save the lives of other people who died in the Holocaust. I could never give my mother a childhood in which she was loved and taken care of, or a youth that was filled with hopes for anything other than survival. But I could help other people. So we don't always know our passion when we're starting out. It's easy to think something in our passion is our passion when it really isn't. But what can you do? If you know your passion, you know. you know it. But if all you know is that the reason something happened is so you can have a sense of a mission, all you can do is make your best guess. Throw yourself into it. See how it feels. And if it doesn't feel right, find something else. This is exactly what everyone else who's found his or her passion has done. But don't sit around waiting for it to come to you. I do have 3 strong pieces of advice for people who are looking for a way to focus on the enormous intensity. I base this advice on stories I've accumulated over years of people who are happy with their missions in life. First, think small, close to home. The, the personal and the immediate always seems to be more meaningful to people than something abstract and remote. This is why, for example, people often take up missions connected to people and events that touch their lives personally. Also, by thinking small and close to home, you're more likely to act. Now you can understand why so many people who are fueled by their own intensity start their own small business. Second, it's actions, not good intentions, that produce satisfaction. Remember, it's actions, not good intentions, that produce satisfaction. After her husband died of colon cancer, Katie Couric had a colonoscopy live on Today's Show to dramatize how important it was for people to get themselves checked and how doing so was not as big an ordeal as some think. If you don't know what to do with your sense of mission, don't worry. Most people aren't sure what to do. But if you do something, no matter what, you'll be more fulfilled. Plus, you'll learn more about in what direction to go. It doesn't have to be a gigantic commitment. I'm just talking about doing something. Do something. And third, please yourself. This might seem like strange advice, but finding a full intensity life isn't always about helping others. Your mission can also include helping yourself. The people who've accomplished the most and gotten the greatest satisfaction out of their sense of mission were the ones who most listened to and tried to please themselves. I think, for example, Englishwoman Gladys Aylward, the heroine of the book The End of the Sixth Happiness, which is based on her life. She was an uneducated servant, but she had a dream of serving as a missionary in China. Only that would please her. Every possible roadblock was thrown in her way, but she wouldn't let anyone talk her out of her dream. Eventually, she got to China, where she did amazing work caring for children and saving their lives. If there's a contradiction between what you have to do to please yourself and what it means to think small and close to home, please yourself first. We read Finding Your Passion and Beyond Guilt. I'm going to reiterate the things that are highlighted of important. First, think small and close to home. Second, it's actions, not good intentions, and please yourself. Remember, find your passion beyond guilt. From Everything Happens for a Reason, Myron Kirschbaum. The scripture is, hold on. I sought the Lord and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Psalms 34:4. Remember, you're amazing. Peace.